Let's do it. Why not? 2 minutes early. It's all right. Good morning. I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. It's another week. Another round of shows. I'm going to be pulling cards out for the collective, doing some channeling, seeing what they've got to tell us today for Monday, the 13th of September. Around this time, what do they want to teach us? And if you're interested in a mini read, if you've got a burning question for your higher self, then you can get that done as well if you want. The instructions of how to do that are in the pinned comment, the comment that's pinned up top of the live chat, if you're on live with me. If you're not, come along live sometime. And it says it's by donation. So there's a PayPal link in there. You can also use Super Chat or Super Sticker if you'd like. My preferred method is PayPal. But if you've got a question for your higher self, put a capital Q at the start of your comment with your question in it. And then I can find it more easily amongst the comments. You can just get general guidance if you want, or you can have a specific question answered too. So let's get some cards out for the collective and see what we've all got going on. Hey Maria, how are you? Well, very interesting energy update today, because I was talking about how seems to be a kind of a tower moment. The tower card didn't come out, but it was like that, but it was more like an obstacle. An obstacle in our path, or what seems to be an obstacle in our path, is actually helping us. And yep, we've gone into lockdown. Gym's closed, everything's closed. In fact, the supermarkets are up, and that's about it. Because we've had a sudden spike on this island. So just for a week, we've had a lockdown. And so I am experiencing that very thing. Apparently it's going to help me out. And I think it will. And I've been saying it. I said it last week to some friends too. Is that, maybe we need some time apart. Here we have a week apart. Can't see each other. Hey Christine. Hi Sherry. Hi Jessica. Hi Beth. How is everyone today? So it kind of sucks, but I think it's kind of good too. Now, interestingly enough, I think I talked about her last week. There's another reader on here that I've seen her over the last couple of years on YouTube, just occasionally, and I've started subscribing to her because she does a daily read as well, and she often picks exactly the same cards as I've picked out and delivering the same message but in a slightly different way. And so I watch her every day. She's called Gemstone Tarot, English lady. And yeah, she explained the energies for today slightly differently, but more about a tower, but a naturally occurring tower, one that needs to happen kind of thing. So, hey Mark. Hey Mandy. So very interesting energies. You see, I knew that something had to change, you see, because me and my Mr. Handsome, we're seeing each other once or twice a day. And I know, like, he's just there for me all the time, right? And he does everything for me, and it's great. And I know that's feeding me, even though there's nothing happening, like, happening between us. I said to my friend, we could probably use some time apart to realize. And yeah, now we've got it. Let's see if it'll spur some action. We've got willing entanglement out today. Are we going to get willingly entangled in something? It's not time to breathe right now. Are we going to get willingly entangled in something or not? How is everyone today? How's your weekend? Was it good? I had such a lazy day yesterday. It was great. I slept in until 9 o'clock in the morning. I so very rarely sleep in. My alarm went off at 7, but I woke up and carried on sleeping after it. It was great. And then I just watched movies. I didn't do a thing. I had some packages dropped off, and even the delivery people aren't coming anymore. They're doing a drop and run, calling me and then standing like 10 meters back. It's getting, people are paranoid here now. It's getting bad. But still, it's the poorest that are getting it, which suggests it's something to do with diet. Hey? Construction workers is the poorest that are getting it. Hey, Alana. Well, you got to catch me. How come? How come you got to catch me? Is it because you're up? What time is it for you? I know for Maria it's like middle of the night. Good job. Well, so yeah, we've got that. And so the gym's going to be closed for a week. All gyms. All gyms. I have to start running. But I am doing that home program at the moment, so it's not too bad. I could do with a break anyway, eh? I took a break yesterday. I didn't do any exercise. I just watched movies all day. It was great. I loved it. You've got gratitude and intuition here. Very calming green colours, healing cards, right? Usually going to bed or busy. Look at that, intuition and gratitude. I'm getting this very healing energy from it though. Very peaceful cards, these two. Hi, with the greens. Let's see what else. See what else we've got going on. I have a lady. Ferries have been stopped as well. Well, we can still get parcels, we can't get people. So yeah, if anyone wants a mini read, just check out that pinned comment up top in the live chat. It tells you how to do it. It's by donation. There's a PayPal link in there. You can use Super Chat, Super Sticker if you'd like. If you've got a question for your higher self, put a capital Q at the start of your, after you've donated, put a capital Q at the start of your comment, and so that I can find it easily. And that's how you get a mini read. That's the way you do it. Okay. Nut is about resurrection. Something coming back from the dead, huh? Something coming back. Nobody coming back to this island. Nut. You have the power to reinvent yourself at any moment. Bring yourself up from what may feel like the bottom. You can overcome the challenges that have been set before you. Goddess of the Sky and Rebirth Nut is holding your hand. You know, it was interesting in the energy update today as well, is that I pulled out the Hermit card. So did Gemstone Tarot too. And what I wasn't getting when I recorded it was the lockdown thing, that it could be about that kind of forced to hermit. Suddenly got hot. Forced a hermit away. Something's gone wrong with my fan. It's got a message on it about VOC. I think maybe the sensor stopped working, which is a pain in the ass because sending that thing back to Bangkok, not an easy thing to do, hey? Thank you, Maria. So, Nut, resurrection, you have the power to reinvent yourself at any moment. Bring yourself up from what might feel like the bottom. You can overcome the challenges that have been set before you. Goddess of the Sky and Rebirth, Nut is holding your hand like a nutter. I'm going to put Nut up there. So it could be something coming back around again, or someone got willingly entangled with. I also did a hair treatment yesterday, so I decided to go Olaplex. Has anyone heard of or use Olaplex? Extremely expensive stuff, but makes your hair really strong. So I did a 2-hour treatment on my hair yesterday with it. It arrived. I decided to go for the salon size 2-litre bottles. I thought it was like 1 litre of shampoo and 1 litre of conditioner. It's not. It's 2 litres of each. They're huge. They're like massive salon size. They're sat in the corner of my shower now on the floor because they're way too big to put on anything. And I got this treatment stuff, so I did it yesterday for 2 hours. It was expensive, but not as expensive. They sell them in tiny bottles, usually the shampoo and conditioner. I know, Mark, I'm not doing that. Buy the full sizes. It was hundreds of dollars. hundreds, but nothing compared to the thousands that I would have spent if it got them one by one of the little ones. So it should last like 10 years or something. Oh, what's happening next? Possible soulmate willing entanglement. Thanks, Maria, for your donation. What will fulfill you, Maria? You need a new approach to that. So the way that you're looking at it at the moment isn't quite. It's almost like your path, your approach. It's like you're putting the cart before the horse or something like that. It's not that. It's like, say if you, how can I explain this? I'm seeing a picture of it really clearly. Hi, Cara. Oh, thank you. Okay, relationships. Right, there's certain things. Say you've got a list of 10 things that are really important for you in a relationship, things that are going to fulfill you. You're picking out a few of those things and putting them first instead of picking out the other things that are kind of not more important, but that should be put first. Yeah. So, for example, looks might be important to you, but it's not that important. I mean, there's other things that are way more important. It's interesting because I was watching a video this morning from Gravity Transformation, is one of my favorite fitness YouTubers because of the scientific content that he puts up. But he was talking about abs, and it was about time someone did a straight video on abs. About abs, it's about genetics. I mean, the 6-pack or the 4-pack or whatever, 8-pack. And he explained all about the things that go across your stomach and different. If you've got different genetics, you have different number and different placements and stuff. It's not like you can have a 4-pack that turns to a 6-pack that turns to an 8-pack. Train your abs and you've got that genetics. You've either got whatever, a 2-pack, a 4-pack, a 6-pack, or an 8-pack. And then he started going on about all these other things. Lower body fat percentage. It's not about training it so much. It is to a point. You've got to have a very low body fat. But then he started talking about what's attractive to women anyway. Even though guys think, oh, yeah, it's really important to have muscles and a 6-pack. What's attractive to women? And in the top 10 attractive things to women, 6-pack, even it wasn't even looks came up in the top 10. Of course, it was like nice smile, personality, sense of humor, all of that kind of stuff came up first. And that's what I'm getting from this too, is what will fulfill you. You put it, your priorities. It's not to say the things that you're picking out that will fulfill you need to be missing, but when you prioritize those, your method, your line of approach isn't getting you what you want. That's what it is. Self-love. Sonic burgers, beers, football, and naps. Nice. Oh, I slept in. It's great. My watch doesn't think I slept in. It thought that I got up early, but I didn't. 9 o'clock. It's great. Maria, what else? Healing and talk to someone. Something to let go of here. Someone from the past needs to be healed and let go of, is what I'm hearing. Healed and let go of. And then change your approach. Maybe it's time to do like that soulmate stuff. Have you done my class? My old class? The Healing Path to Your Soulmate on YouTube? Find the playlist and do that. Do the newest one. Because in that you write down you can do it and find out. But you write down 3 different lists. It's an interesting process. But it's time to, it's like get your priorities right, but realize that the approach and adding the priorities in of what will fulfill you in a relationship is a little bit wonky right now. Wonky. You haven't done it, there you go, do it. Has anyone else done that? It's a great course. I used to sell it. I can't remember how much for. $260, I think it was, something. That seems to ring a bell. Okay, let's do it. Let's get some tarot out. tarot. It's tarot time. So whatever are they talking about today then? Willing, a resurrection, willing entanglement, and then there's very healing cards about intuition. Seven of Swords, that's not a very good start, is it? And the Eight of Cups. Da, da, da. Deception, and then leaving something behind. Wow, that's a dramatic start. Deceiving ourselves, huh? Leaving something behind. Walking away from something emotional or an emotional attachment. Six of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck as it goes back. That's the reciprocation. No reciprocation there, huh? It seemed like it was going to be reciprocal, but it's not. Reciprocated feelings or a balance in a relationship, maybe, where both sides equally giving and taking. Well, equally, it's give and take. It goes back and forth. Again, this might not be about relationship. It could be about work, something that got yourself into, and it was deceptive. It seemed like it was going to be reciprocal. It seemed like it was going to pay you enough or give you the opportunities that you wanted. But that was deceptive, and instead of being emotionally attached to something that you have chosen, so you'll stick it out even though it's showing you that it's not what you expected. Time to leave it behind, walk away from it. Or deception. Yeah, I'm not getting a deception. I'm not getting lies. I'm not getting any of that. I'm getting something isn't what you expected it to be. There's the deception. The deception came before the deception of this could be good. This could be it. This could be reciprocal. But the Eight of Cups there is getting to the point where you realize the cups are broken. It's not ever going to hold the wine. It's broken. How are you, Mr. Bowers? So let's get some more cards out. Oh, that was a chunk that fell out. I can't take all of those. No, I'm not going to. Mr. Bowers has had a self-loving day. I did as well. It's great. Oh, I watched an amazing movie. You got to watch this. Hang on. I've got to find it for you. It was so beautiful. Oh, where's my library? What did I watch recently? History. Let me find this movie for you. It's beautiful on YouTube. No, it's called Old Fashioned. Have you seen it? Why doesn't it let you do that? Find like the link of it without starting it. Here we go. Watch this movie. It's gorgeous. There you go. You're welcome. That was the first one that I watched. It was so beautiful. Oh, I watched so many movies yesterday. That's better. We've got the Two of Birds. That's the Two of Swords. A decision, but not having all the information to be able to make it. So a little confusion there. Oh, yeah, so sorry about that, Maria. Your loss. Three of Lotuses is the Three of Cups. Again, that could be like this resurrection. And the veil's getting thinner. Things being revealed. So you can't make a decision about whether to get back together with someone or whether to let someone in. The universe is helping out. It's making the veil thinner so that you can see clearly what the deception is. I feel like it's this. It's the how we've been deceiving ourselves. Very interesting. So we're getting signs about that. A way that I've been deceiving myself is that I'm saying that nothing's going on between me and Mr. Handsome, but it quite obviously is, because and we're not going to see each other for a week. We've been seeing each other twice a day, and yeah, there's nothing going on, but I'm getting a lot from it. Yeah, a lot emotionally. Anyway, it's good to get clarity, isn't it? Time apart. What did he say? Something makes the heart grow fonder. It certainly makes you realize how what's really happening emotionally when you can't be together. Take them. The Ace of Wands came out by itself there, which is great. I mean, look at the buds. It's a growing twig, you know. There's new life there. There's a new passion. There's something starting. Very much the start of things are the Ace of Wands, and it's exciting. So that came out by itself, and then these all came out together. So let's see what the story is here. Okay. Awakening. Something's going down, isn't it? That's it. Absence. Couldn't think of that word. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. You wish that was the case, Mr. Bowers. Is it not making the heart grow fonder? Yeah, sometimes absence makes you relieved, and you wonder what the hell you were doing, being around that person in the first place. Absence also does that, hey? Awakening. I feel like something is being revealed with this veil card to wake us up. Wake us up to something here. Queen of Crystals. This is the stability. I need to read her out, because I get the rest of it. I don't get the Queen of Crystals. Where's the Queen of Crystals showing up here? The Queen. Motherly, cautious, nurturing, loving, down to earth. It's important to have dreams, but also maintain a sense of stability and balance. A time to be practical and resourceful with your plans. The building of a stable and realistic foundation. Okay. What steps will you take in order to remain healthy? Healthy choices. That card came out in the energy update today. So that's what it's about. It's whatever's happening at the moment is to build a stable core, a solid foundation on the stability that you found in yourself. What steps will you take in order to remain healthy, happy, and secure in your life? Remember to also be compassionate and kind to others. Yeah. This is about balancing commitments, responsibilities, relationships, families, simultaneously without breaking a sweat. Wow. So energetic blockages to the building of solid foundations. I'm getting the veil and the awakening is the same kind of an energy. The universe steps in to clear out the I don't know what the word is. Dross is what I'm hearing, but what the hell does that mean? The muck, the stuff that doesn't belong there, clear that out of the way. It's like the rain coming to wash away stuff. that shouldn't be there from building foundations somehow. I don't know. Then we've got the Eight of Cups again. It's to leave something behind. I'm going to read that out because when cards come out twice, I need to read it out because there's something I'm not getting. I've got an itchy nose though. Where are you? Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups represents a soul-searching journey of growth and transformation. Healthy choices. Knowing that letting go is sometimes necessary for change. Sometimes. Always. This could mean facing or healing painful memories. Oh, that's right. That's what I said in the energetic update today. It's like the dark night of the soul. It's the darkness before the dawn. It's just as you give up, that's when it manifests. Just as with a point of giving up, that's when it's about to manifest. It's that surrender, right? Often when we think that we've waited long enough or it's just not happening now, and then it does. Knowing that letting go is sometimes necessary for change. This could mean facing or healing painful memories, past relationships, or personal issues that are still exerting pressure on you. This release may foster an emotional strength to help you navigate how to use your own energy or when you have to deal with the stress or baggage of others. After purging the unnecessary burdens in your life, you may find that you will seek a more spiritual path. A time of transition and spiritual awakening. Moving on, it's abandonment, it's sacrifice, it's growth, it's equanimity. Do you need to let go of certain issues that may still be unresolved? If you're having difficulties making a decision, Two of Swords, think about what you want your life to look like. What do you need to change in order to move forward with some clarity and direction? It's important to face your fears and give yourself the benefit of the doubt. Okay, so it's letting go. And then we've got the Seven of Cups and then the choice. Then the choices, So I'll read the Seven out as well. It's card of choices and contemplation. It represents our dreams and desires through the active power of our imagination. Although this process may seem as an overindulgence of fantasy or illusion, remember to consider how it also stems from a place of honesty and desire within your heart. If you feel scattered with options, focus on the opportunities that align best with your long-term goals. That message that we had months ago, right? And the guides kept on going on about long-term goals. Be in it for the long term, be in it for the long term. Things may also not necessarily be as they seem. That's what I'm being told too. So it's important to be cautious and intentional with how you wish to move forward. Take some time to mull over your options and envision what you really want. Time. I just saw someone waiting until things got clearer. Yeah. How are you going to share your talents and skills with the world? Overcome your fears and make a loving commitment to yourself. Wishful thinking, daydreaming, temptations, choices. Your thoughts or views may be unrealistic if you're projecting your fantasies onto your life or onto others. An indifference or reluctance to acknowledge what truly makes you happy. Take some time to meditate on the positive steps you need in order to manifest what you truly want. Learn to differentiate between what you are unsure of versus your deepest heart's desire. Oh, interesting. Learn to differentiate between what you're unsure of versus your deepest heart's desire. So that's saying, like, be careful of our ego. Sometimes we just want to win out. Sometimes we just want to, Yeah, sometimes we just want to win out because I need some jewelry. I've decided. Sometimes we just want to win out because it's unknown. We just want it to be known. We want to solidify something, even though it's not really what we want. So this is saying our fantasy sometimes is ego. That can be the case with exes. We want exes to come back because we want to win, not because we really want them. Because by far the majority of cases we don't want our exes. And it's weird, isn't it? Because the readings that do the best on here are the ones where we say that someone's coming back. Really, every single time. And that's what we want to hear. And it's not what the truth is. I hate it when it comes up in readings like that because I think it's lies. It's lies. I'm like, guys, you're lying to me. You're lying to us all. I know it. So very, very rarely happens because we don't go backwards. There's a reason that things end, you know. Sometimes it takes us ages to see it why, but there is. So what have we got here? We've got a deception. It's a deception of expectations in the past. We have to walk away from it. It seems like we've got a difficult decision to make, or we don't have all of the facts to be able to make that decision. About starting something off or about a reconciliation, but the universe is stepping in to make that veil thinner so that we can see it, so that we can have this fresh start that we want here. So something's been revealed with the awakening card there to allow it to be more stable, to have solid beginnings, especially about us not fooling ourselves about what it is that we want. The universe is not going to let us get our own way when it's an ego thing, or if it does, it's to show us, right, that that's not really what you want. It just doesn't support us in that stuff. 8 of Cups, so we've got to walk away from it. To choose what's better for us, or to choose what we actually want. Yeah, focus on your future, what's best for you. Love blinds you from focusing on yourself. So very often can, hey? We can tell ourselves that that's what we want because we've imagined a life with someone or something like that. But as that movie that the link that I put up, as he says in it, the main character, he said, people think that they're going to be different once they're married and they're not. It's going to be exactly the same as before you're married. And so what is talking about dating, right? He doesn't date. And he said because it's so superficial, because it's so it's not what you're going to do when you're married. That dating thing, all the things that you talk about, he said it's not real. That's not what marriage is like. So why would you start off that way in a way that it's not going to be? It's such an interesting movie. I loved it. I was really surprised when I got married because I expected it to be just as it had been before we were married, but then we shared a name, we could have more children. That's what it was in my mind. He had a different idea of it. He thought that things were going to change. So we were a couple where we would go out and see a lot of bands. We were into that. We would, yeah, we'd go out socializing, not a lot, maybe once a week. I also went out socializing with my friends as well, my girlfriends, separately. I don't know, it's just normal life. We've been living together for 2 or 3 years already. I was expecting it to be the same. He wasn't. He expected things to change just because we were married. Nah. Weird. I think you know someone. No. Right, let's get some more out then. On the same page. Yeah, that's right. Choose someone that's on the same page with the things that are important to you. I think this is what it's saying here. Is there's choices to be made, and of course we've got every kind of choice, right? Every kind of choice. Oh, look at all the choices I've made in my life. Lived in so many different places and in so many different things. There's all kinds of choices that we can make. Huh. Got the Page of Swords dropped out here. A truthful message. I'm getting like raw truth from that. A truthful message comes in. Clean the confusion. Yeah, and it feels like the confusion that's born from our ego. It's like that muddle between fantasy and ego, illusion. Wanting to win. And we don't realize that we're doing that sometimes, hey? It's one of the sneakiest parts of our ego, is that wanting to win. Wanting someone to come back so that we can get rid of them and be the victor, be the one that chooses. You know, like if someone's dumped us, we want them to be sorry and come back so that they tell us that they love us, and then we dump them. Pure ego, right? It's that kind of thing. Well, it can be that kind of thing. It's complicated. It's complicated. We're complicated. It's not complicated. We're complicated. You see, like this. Then this is the exact card that I was thinking of when I was saying all of that. I'm like, it's the Six of Wands card. It's the Six of Wands card. The winning. We get this card out, and it's like, yeah, you know, winner, victory. It's great. You're getting what you want. Now I'm feeling a different energy behind it. I'm feeling the, are you sure that's what you want? Or is that just a match to what your ego wants? Is that a match to an illusion that you've had? Why are you even having that fantasy in the first place, you know? So a message of raw truth comes in, and it might be like, yes, that's what I want, even though it's not. It's like, I won. But there's no winners unless everyone's a winner. Relationships. I went to see a speaker once. What was his name? Dr. DiMartini. And he said, like, you never ask someone in a relationship, like, who's winning? Who's winning? Because there isn't one winner and a loser. You're either both winning or you're both losing. So I'm getting the same thing here. If we feel like we're winning, what's that about? What is that about? So raw truth comes in, we feel like we're a winner, but then we've got to check ourselves because it's a red flag, right? Card doesn't want to go back in. What is it? Heartbreak. It leads us to heartbreak when we think, yeah, because it's a lose-lose situation then, isn't it? If we think we're winning and the other one's losing. it's going to lead to our heartbreak, for sure. If not only that the tables will be turned on us if we do something like that. So you know, this is like quite obviously explain this kind of an energy by, yeah, like that shallowness. Mr. Bauer says that that's an extreme case. This is saying that we're doing something really similar on a very subtle level, but it comes back around again, and it gets done to us. That's why it breaks our heart. Mm. So you got to be careful. We've got to be careful of ourselves, right? When it seems like we're winning something. Just be really careful about it. We've got to ask ourselves, is this truly what I want? And what is this feeling of winning? Is it because I think that I'm winning out over someone else? Because that is a warning sign. It's going to break your heart in the end. I want one more. You can't leave it at the Three of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. It's the rewards coming back from the hard work that we've put in. It's almost like we've got to wait it out. Not jump on those quick wins. The quick wins are getting one over on someone else. In a way, that's what this is saying, even though our egos don't want to admit that, or we don't want to admit that we're following our egos on that. But we will get the rewards in the end. Hang on. Eight. I want to read that out of this book. The Eight of Pentacles. Well, that's a good thing if we're not winning, right? That's what it's saying here is if you're not winning, Mr. Bowers, that's a good thing. Because there are no winners unless everyone's a winner. Eight of Pentacles says attention to detail, hard work, commitment, looking deeper and precise. When the Eight of Pentacles comes up in a reading, it can indicate commencement and hard work. Putting in an extra effort right now, putting in any extra effort right now is an indication that you're dedicated. Long-term stuff as well. There is a certain appreciation that you've added to your job that makes it easier to focus and pay attention to the details. We've got to do that. We've got to pay attention to the details, especially in ourselves at the moment. This precision will have an overall good effect on any results. Or perhaps you're struggling with details and paying attention. This card is advising you to take time with your craft. That way you end up with more promising results. So it's like get deeper into it, into the inner work that you're putting in. Go deeper, go deeper. There's some definitely letting go to do because the Eight of Cups there, but it's emotional attachments and it could be to the winning. It's definitely, if you get this feeling like you're going to win something, we've got to really check ourselves then, because that is a warning. It's like, this is how you're going to trip yourself up. And we need to put the work in there. Conscious awareness work, I mean. I think this is saying that we could so very easily go down a path that we've been down before that's going to turn around and break our heart, because we're going to get karma from it. It's going to be done to us. We'll do it and it'll be done to us. And then it'll make you want to do it again to someone else next time to win. And then, you know, it's win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. You win it this time, but then you'll lose and you're not really winning anything. Anyway, it's just ego pretending that you are. So watch out, watch out. Hey, Gabe. Thanks for your donation. It's a good time to do it as well. A bit of a break from that. As if I needed more, like, ways to overthink things. I was watching a video yesterday by Patrick Tian. Has anyone been watching him? I love his stuff. He's great. This one was about when you've grown up in an abusive household, how it can have you like second guessing yourself. Is the video I put out yesterday. Check it out. It's very interesting. And how we're the last to we're the last in the room to notice any toxic behaviors in anyone. Has everyone else had that in here? You're always the last to notice that someone's toxic. Everyone else can see it straight away. Everyone else can see it or very soon. Or you can even tell people about it. I've got this friend that does this, and they're like, that is toxic. You're like, oh, I didn't see it. It's because we're so used to it. Yeah, but he goes into a lot of detail. Check out that video. Patrick Tian, Teahan. I love his work. And he says, like, one of the reasons that happens is that we constantly questioning ourselves, overthinking it. Was it me? Am I not being nice enough? Am I not giving them enough room? It leads to spiritual bypassing, right? Where we put up with all kinds of stuff, or where we go, oh, like the narcissist. Well, they don't know what they're doing, and the heart hurt. You know, we're way too generous with toxic people. Is what it comes out. So much overthinking. Everything. Literally everything. It's how I can do what I do. And so this is like, oh God, am I winning? Do I want to win? Anyway, Gabe the lurker. Everybody, Gabe's watching. High self guidance for you, Gabe. Oh, you got a decision to make, Gabe. Decide and romance. Oh, it's interesting because something on the back of my tooth. Strange feeling. Go. Decide and romance. It's interesting because we tend to think that our feelings are not a decision. But this is saying that it is. Thanks, Jessica. It is a decision. Or it should be more of a decision. Instead of just going along with the feelings, it should be more of a decision. Decide to do that. So that's what I thought I was doing. Deciding not to. And then I find out that I'm in the thick of it. 747, I always see that number. Decide on romance. Let's find out more about this. Oh, trusting your decisions. Right. You've got to be with nature and trust myself. So it's about trusting your decisions and trusting your feelings over trusting the feelings as if they've been given to you by the universe. So, wait. So when you have strong feelings with someone, that is like trusting the universe has given you those feelings as an acknowledgement that this was the right person for you, or it's a go light kind of thing, a green light saying, yes, I'll go for this. And that's not necessarily the case. This is what guides have been saying for ages. Quite often the feelings are very different. Feelings come about because something seems familiar to us. It's a connection. It's a, I recognize this vibration. We can have that feeling. It feels like home. Well, that's great if home was great. right? Trusting those feelings to choose someone to have a romantic relationship with, it's red sirens going off, because our feelings cannot be trusted. They can't be trusted. We can't go off that alone, because it's the familiar. Do you understand? So, you know, as human beings, we like connection. We dislike disconnection. Just think about it. When you meet someone, you can hit it off just by talking about the things that you've got in common. And you can be like elated, even feel like you're falling in love with them because you've talked about the things that you've got in common. We've all had that experience, right? But it's just the choice of what you've talked about. You could have talked about the things that you'll fight about, the things that you don't have in common. Then you'll feel terrible, and you definitely won't feel like you're in love with them. You'll feel like you're in hate with them. We like connection. We dislike disconnection. This is why when we're growing and we're learning, and it's why everyone else has an emotional reaction to that. They start feeling the disconnection between us and them, between our energies, because we're changing. They don't want it to happen. We hate disconnection. So if we're constantly growing, learning and growing, our feelings, the feelings that come up for a relationship, those instant feelings, it's going to be to the past. It's not going to be to the present, because we're going to get attracted to people that were our past vibration. That'll be our feelings. We don't keep up with ourselves. Our feelings don't keep up with us. We have to choose, right? We know this. We put ourselves out of our comfort zone when we're growing. It's not like, oh, I've got my business to a certain level and I've got this confidence. I'm sitting in this room making these videos, got this certain confidence level in my comfort zone, so I can put myself amongst in a room of entrepreneurs and stand up. Well, I can, because I've done that, but I can only do that because I've done that. If I was just doing this and I'd never put myself into that room of entrepreneurs and stood up in front of them on the stage and presented to them, then I wouldn't be comfortable with that. It doesn't go along with it. The feelings don't go along with it. We have to do it. We have to put ourselves out of our comfort zone. We have to actually put it into practice, you know, put it into practice, because it doesn't come naturally. Our feelings are behind. We're all, our feelings of that match of vibration are always behind us, is who we were. So it's always a conscious choice. Every time we up level, we have to consciously choose to be around those people and do those things. We have to put ourselves, we're not going to get those natural feelings. Those natural feelings are a step back every single time. Every single time. We know that, don't we? We get attracted to the people and the things that are in our comfort zone. And unfortunately, our comfort zone is often what we've left behind us that is not a good thing for us at all. The choices that we make, that's why it says decide in romance. The choices, when we actually make a decision, that's what's going to be good for us, not the feeling stuff. And so this is like saying, trust yourself. Good advice. Can't trust our feelings. So many people are doing it. In romance especially. Yeah, there are feelings, but you've got to know where those feelings come from. The feelings come from, I'm just replying to Mr. Bowers there. The feelings come from a feeling of familiarity, a feeling of connection, how they are similar to me. But the me that we're talking about is past us. It's our comfort zone. It's our past comfort zone. In other words, it reminds me of my parents, so I'm going to be attracted. Hi, Dorothy. I was wondering where you were. Jessica! Thank you for your donation. Claire, hey. That's my name. Don't wear it out. Jessica, have you got a question for your reading? Thanks for your donation. Yeah, we've got to be careful of that. We've got to be careful of that. And like the guide said ages ago, we've got to have this mixture of our heart and our mind involved. But just know that it's like that card, that they're not your usual type. You've got to put yourself out of your comfort zone. Not your usual type. Thought you were on a slow path, but now you're wondering if you're supposed to move on. Let's see. Well, you are on a path, Jessica, to learning about yourself for sure. You think that you're on a path to a thing or a relationship. You're actually on a path to learning about yourself, because it's always about us, right? And our growth. You've got overwhelming and trust myself first. It's confusing. Yes, I'm feeling the confusion in this. You've got strength and courage and relax. So you've got to remember, Jessica, that this path is about you. It's about you and your growth. We so often get that confused, right? And it's like, no, it's about the relationship. It's about me getting that person, or about me being in a relationship, or me getting that job, or me manifesting that money, or me. It's not. It never is. It's about our growth. The universe isn't interested in us getting the shiny stuff or the relationship, really. It's wanting us to learn and grow. And so if you change your mind about it like that, so you thought you were on a slow path, now you're wondering if you're supposed to move on. Well, isn't that wonderful? Because that is you really figuring yourself out. Relax card is good. Relax about it. This is somewhat about empowerment for you, Jessica, and making good decisions for yourself, healthy decisions for yourself. The overwhelming aspect of it is that you're making it about the relationship. You know, it's like, I've got this spiritual quest. Find the one that's right for me. I'm failing at the moment. That's what's overwhelming to me. Rather than my spiritual quest is about me, loving me and me growing and me doing that. That's the trust myself thing. And whatever, whoever comes along the way is part of that, about you getting stronger and you learning about yourself. So relax about the journey. But I want to get a clear answer to you in you now. And are you supposed to move on? Let's ask the crystals. Are you? Yes, you're supposed to move on always, of course. What a question. Now I think about it. Are you supposed to move on? Always, onwards and upwards, always move on, always forward, learning, The guides, they just see it so differently. I was asking it from a very human perspective then, as were you. And the answer I got, the feeling that I got, because I don't hear words, the feeling I got from them was like, of course you're supposed to move forward. You're a human being, you're a spirit, that's what we do. It's like, yeah, that's not what we meant. Of course, the guide is saying, but that's all there is. It's about you. Why can't they see it from our perspective? They're laughing now. Gabe, you're a logical person. Yeah. Just question it. Yeah. Wild, huh? Yeah. My decision this time is more of a head decision than I've ever made, based on me really knowing myself now and what I want and how matchy he is to that in many ways that I know of. So far, anyway. Letting too many outside influences make me second guess myself. Well, there you go, Jessica. That, yeah, you got to trust myself in there, so that is very important. Hey, you're logical too, Mr. Bowers. Yeah, you got to go with the flow, right? So our logical brains, we would spot things as a lesson. I'm like, I'm not going there. There's a lesson in this, but everything is like everything is a lesson. We learn from everything that we go down. So that's our ego, right? I only want to choose the easy stuff. So we are better to go with the flow, really, and accept it all in a way. I'm not talking about being stupid. I'm not talking about like, oh, well, I'll just go with the flow and go out with that narcissist then. I've got to learn. Damn it. Six of Cups. Reminiscing. It's the reminiscing this time. This is not the soulmate, the twin flame energy. It's the reminiscing. It's the looking back at what we've been through, the patterns. The evidence is there. We've got all the evidence we need. It's almost like we don't even need a new lesson. We just need to look back. It's like, just like look back and see what you've done, see what you've chosen, what you went through. Got all the evidence there. You don't need to do the same thing again. Unless we do. Unless we won't do this. And honestly look back. Yeah, life isn't about lesson dodging. We've got to look back with brutal honesty. I feel like a totally different person now, even than I was last year. I've got so much clarity now, and not drinking is a big part of that for me. Much more clarity now. Been married twice. How do you do that after once? So once enough? It'd take a lot to get me married now. I just don't see how I can promise that to someone. I want to be with in a committed relationship, but marriage, tried it. The Five of Cups. I'm going to read this out of the book. I love this deck. It's my favorite. The Five of Cups. The Six of Cups to the Five of Cups. Maybe I need to read both of those out. Lights here. Hang on, I'll be right back. Well, we definitely seem to be in a rainy season here. It's just like one drab day after another. Although it was sunny yesterday. Hardly opened my curtains at all. I only opened the curtains because the cleaners are coming in. All masked up. I've got the masks back on. What are we doing? Six of Cups. I want to read the Six of Cups as well, just because I got the book out and it's next to each other, so I will. It's the Six to the Five. Nostalgia. Reconnecting with people from the past. Harmony. Themes of your life. Inner child and future self. Oh, inner child and future self. The girl with the pearl at the shore. Is it? Being stuck in the past. Lamenting decisions and actions. Wanting to go backwards to win. Watch out. That's a big message. Wanting to go backwards to win. Being stuck in the past, lamenting decisions and actions because we didn't win. A need to forgive others, a reminder to forgive yourself, letting people in. A need to deal with regret. A need to deal with regret. You may be experiencing nostalgia or feeling triggered by emotional memories. It says old memories, but I said emotional memories. It's time to forgive yourself by releasing any residual guilt that you still carry from past relationships, trauma, or previous actions. Accept your humanness and stop lamenting the decisions that you've made up until now. Memories are a profound tool for processing lessons and healing. Like I just said, that's what I was getting from it too. Like we don't need new assaults coming in. We've had enough already. If we just take an honest look at it in our past and process it. That's all the information we need. We don't need to get into the next one. Who you were can highlight how far you've come. Now, isn't that interesting? Because what I was just saying to Gabe then, who we were, that's who we're attracted to. Who you were can highlight how far you've come, and that growth can shine beauty on where you are headed next. Time is a beautiful thing. Contemplate the needs of your inner child, or listen to advice from your future self. Oh, listen to advice from your future self. Oh. Okay, so how can we do that? Listen to advice from your future self. Well, we know where we're headed, really. And we know that we're not there yet. We're not that person that we need to be. I don't know where I was going with that. Sometimes this card is a literal message that someone from your past is going to re-enter your life. Or that it's a perfect moment to reconnect with old kindreds and to reminisce. When we connect with all the moments on our timeline, we truly find our wholeness. It's not that, it's the former. Like I said, people want to hear that in readings, and readings do very well when you say that. But it's just so bullshit. 5 of Cups. So to the 5 of Cups then. Grieving, disillusion, disappointment, betrayal, bitterness, wallowing, self-pity can signify a broken heart. Not letting go of past trauma. What's with my voice now? Not letting go of past trauma, crying over spilled milk. Rooting deeply into shadow work without healing and letting go. Oh, rooting deeply into shadow work without healing and letting go. That's like getting some kind of satisfaction, victimhood satisfaction by doing the shadow work without releasing it and letting it go. Without doing that, the forgiveness and stuff, is to get into it. It's that energy that I pick up on sometimes, and I call it the yoga people. It's not the yoga people, it's the people that get into that. I'm triggered, and this is where I'm going to live. And I'm going to tell everyone else in the world that everyone should be triggered by this and sensitive to me and my people. It's getting into the shadow place and not doing the shadow work. It's going to the shadow place and living there. Sometimes I see it in people. It's hard to explain it. I call them the yoga people. It's the people that they know that they need to self-soothe, so they get there, but they get there and they stay thinking that that's living in the hospital. That's where you're supposed to live. Everyone should be injured. We should all live in hospital. But it's not true. Oh, it's very victimhood mentality. Even more than I realized. Like, this has always been the victim mentality card to me. Just focusing on that, on the poor me. Oh, look what's lost. Look what's lost. Old stories that become a part of you. Callousness, becoming jaded. Yikes. Oh, it's like, yeah, connecting with the shadow stuff and the healing stuff, but not actually healing, just staying in that and then making it your case. The illusion is lifting, and you may suddenly find yourself in the middle of a reality that's painfully disappointing. I realized probably about 10 years ago that my predominant emotion was disappointment. Can you imagine how disappointing that was, realizing that? That's my little joke. But it was. It was disappointing to realize that my predominant emotion was disappointment. It's like, damn. I'm manifesting disappointment after disappointment because disappointment is my predominant vibration. Not good, hey? If your dark night was a result of someone else's deception, you'll find the seeds of forgiveness in order to avoid a calloused heart. Release yourself from any guilt around the situation. When we realize that the future we're working toward is no longer an option. When we realize that the future we were working toward is no longer an option, it's easy to focus on the loss and allow our energy to stagnate and spiral into self-pity. Yes, it's those people, Gabe. We know them. There's so many of them. The politically correct people, a lot of them are that they've gone part way into that healing thing, but they're not fully healing from it and releasing it and then coming out a healthy person. They're staying there and going, we're right to be triggered and unhealed, and we're just going to stay right here as the victim. A lot of them, it's there's a lot of passive aggressiveness behind it, I've found in many. Did anyone watch did you all watch the card read that I put out on Saturday? Did you read the comments? I don't know why, but why did I attract those people? But I got those people in the comments. I think they're going on about music. They usually do. But it's not about those people. This is about us. Don't allow your life force to drain away with things you once loved. Right. Don't allow your life force to drain away with things you once loved. Be in the moment. This is saying, like, that's why this is not the twin flame and the soulmate card this time, because that is illusion. That is looking backwards and going, I loved then. I loved then. I want that back because I loved then. It's like, no, love now. Love now. This is saying love now. Stop looking back like that. Don't allow your life force to drain away with the things you once loved. Yeah, opposites. That Patrick Tian talked about that too. Opposites attracting because of that. Facebook bugged me. Don't allow your life force to drain away with the things you once loved. It's a drain. It's going to lead to heartbreak. It's resurrection. This Three of Lotuses, it's not about people from the past coming back. It's not. Allow your tender heart to navigate toward the curative magic of finding faith in your future. Now, did anyone feel what I just felt then? What I felt just then was a grief coming up inside of me. I felt with that sentence a letting go of the past, even though we'd just been told, like, your love isn't in the past. It's here and it's now. Allow your tender heart to navigate toward the curative magic of finding faith in your future. And then my stomach dropped and I felt this grief. It's like, oh, let go of the past. Oh. If you're having a hard time letting go, well, my heart obviously is because I felt it go. Her solar plexus heart area. Often people, it's like your stomach dropping out, that feeling, you know? If you're having a hard time letting go, unhook your heart from your fragmented dreams. Unhook your heart from your fragmented dreams. And give yourself permission to envision a brighter future. You know what this is saying? Stop looking back in the past with rose-tinted spectacles. There's a reason that it's in the past. There's all the crap that was around it too. Stop looking at the better things. Like this, there's something to being a positive person, but there's also something very, can be very dysfunctional about being a positive person, especially when we're looking at the past. Give yourself permission to envision a brighter future. Dismantle your grief. I was feeling it. Reclaim your happiness and consciously step back onto a path filled with hope. There's better ahead. My tender heart helps me navigate toward my bright future. But we've got to be in the moment now, especially we've got to love now, not in the past. Water lotus. What's the doggy doing? Hang on. Can't see it. Are you helping for some reason? I threw some bones out for that dog. So some of us are like too connected to the past here, but not in a good way, not in a I'm learning from this way, in a I want to go backwards because I quite like the likable bits about it, and I don't trust the future or the present. That's what this is saying. And then putting it back to this is saying, well, when you're doing that, you're wanting a victory. Like I said, it's just like I said. We might not realize that that's what we're doing, but we're wanting a victory. We're wanting someone to come from the past so that we can turn it down ourselves because we think that the grief will be easier if we do that. But it's going to lead to a painful lesson all over again. That's not where the work is. The work is we've already got the evidence from the past. We just need to be honest about it. The universe is trying to help us with all of this to have solid foundations. Well, whatever next? What's going on out there? Is the big dog barking at the toilet block? That's the high priestess. Psychic. No, it's because she's creased. We're following our intuition. We've got to be in the moment now. We've got to love now, not the past. I could really wreck my YouTube channel by just saying this message over and over again. It's people's egos, right? You'd be amazed. The difference. People want to hear what they want to hear about the past. The difference it makes to my YouTube channel I'm talking about. You'd be horrified. What do you do? Tell people the truth. Pander to their ego. In general readings I'm talking about. I'm always going to tell the truth in private readings. The priestess. And maybe the guides give the bullshit and the a mixture, you know, to bring people in so that they get the truth. I'm aware of that. I'm aware that the general readings, some of my general readings have got the flowery ego stuff in it, things that people want to hear just to bring them in so that they can get that truth, get the advice that they need. I think that's the way the guides are working it. Why? Oh, I know what it is now. One of the kittens is up on the roof of the toilet block, and the big dog likes to chase the kittens, so the kitten's taunting it from the roof. Past is past, not revisiting that nightmare. Yeah, I'm learning not to do that anymore as well. Oh, and there's always that period of grieving, isn't there, when we break up with someone, where it's almost like we've got to be in that, in the energy that we want them back to process it. Then we get to a certain point and then we're like, no, I don't want them back. There's a new path here, 3 of Inspiration. I'm going to read that. Something about intuition here, though. Oh, I'm going to read them both. Okay. God wants us to have a lot of information today. I've got one cold foot and one hot foot right now. Have you ever had that? When your feet are 2 different temperatures. Of course, the one that's closest to the fan is cold. Let's do the process first. What time is it? Intuitive powers and powerful nudges from spirit. Psychic dreams. Oh my God, my dreams. My dreams have been amazing. Full on. Really great. A time to listen to a time to listen to your instincts, introspection, visions, and hearing the heavens, keeping secrets, hidden wisdom, allowing your projects to germinate in the numinous space of the liminal. Sacred sheer. She sits with one foot in this realm and the other in the depths of the cosmic field of information. Hers is a throne made of ocean and sand, a conductor of ancient wisdom and the divine mysteries that are passed down to those who seek her with an open heart. She reaches for the moon and holds its pulsing energy in her palms, listening for revelations from the muse. You know what I was getting from that then is like being open like the Queen of Cups there to receive it, instead of wanting to be open to receive what we want to hear. Pretty much like I was just talking about before, but like just being open to hear the truth of it in our intuition rather than what we want to hear. She asks you to open up to its secrets. And as metaphor and message spill forth in strange tongues, you must trust your intuition to translate. Your instincts are, and the reason that we don't want to do that, we want confirmation rather than the truth. What was I going to say? It's because it makes us feel vulnerable to just be open to hear what it is that we want, what it is, the truth of it. It makes us feel vulnerable. We'd rather have a story and then have the intuition match that story. Then it's not intuition, then it's ego. We're tricky, aren't we? Your instincts are powerful. Your instincts are a powerful guidance system, and the process reminds you that working with the subtle energies of the spirit will bring you unshrouded truth. There you go. Unshrouded truth. That's what I was getting from this. A message of raw truth. That's what I was getting from this. That's what I heard. Raw truth. It's like tell your heart apart stuff. It's not bad. I mean, it's not good either, but it's raw and it's truth. Yeah, that's exactly what I was getting from that. Unshrouded truth, no less. Like this. Like this. Prophetic truth, even. Pay attention to your dreams and to your mind's eye. As potent and meaningful dreams are coming to you right now, keep your inner voice open to inner listening. Keep your inner voice open to inner listening. Shut up, it's saying. It's saying stop with the story. That's what our higher selves are saying. Like, would you stop with the story? Is it doggy? Would you stop with the story already? I'm trying to get the truth to you, not the bullshit that matches your story. So it's like our guides are shouting the truth at us. And then as soon as they say like one word that matches the story that we've got going on in our head, we're like, oh, that's the sign. Higher selves are like, that was like one word out of 100 that I've been yelling at you of the actual truth, and you've taken the one word that matches. We do it all the time with readings. We hear what we want to hear. Keep your inner voice open to inner listening. Customs officer, if I'm all right, I was inside the parcel regarding the invoice. Oh, interesting. And as the ocean, you can hear. Our eyes not mired by your fear, and we connect past veiled veneer in truthful Delphic crystal clear. So there's that, and then there's the Three of Inspiration. This is quite gnarly truth today. If you noticed, this is like, stop fooling yourselves. Three of Inspiration is making progress. Everyone's very quiet today. Making progress, waiting for things to click into place. Expansion of ideas, business opportunities, dreams on the horizon, clear ambitions and goals, a sign that good things are coming, divinely implemented pauses. Waiting, divinely implemented pauses. Fragments of performance. Alignment. She has lofty goals and giant dreams, and sometimes when she dreams that this big, it can take some shifting to get things to line up. This space between the first steps taken and seeing the dreams realized can feel frustratingly vast. And the Three of Inspiration shows that she must trust that things are happening in the background, even when she can't see them. She's been at this doorway before, manifesting and waiting, and she's learned that staying true to her vision is the key. She reminds you to continue to do the work while actively seeking the signs that your radiant future is on its way. Enjoy this natural interval. Be careful not to get derailed by doubt, even if you're experiencing delays. Watch. Watch for the warm winds to move your pieces into formation. I know that it's totally okay to have to wait for your dreams to arrive after you've taken the initial steps to make them happen. Have faith, their arrival is imminent. The dominoes of joy I seek, infectious happy things. I wait for mine while at the sea, with all the song she brings. The universe is bursting our bubbles. Kind of is, but it kind of isn't too. It's saying like focus on the big dreams. We know where we're headed, and be honest about the past, and stop only listening to the stuff that you want to hear. Because there's some raw truth coming in. Tired. How many years have you been tired for, Christine? I'm a little bit tired. Not from lack of sleep. was thinking maybe I need a break, a week off or something soon. Not this week. We're in lockdown. I've got to work, otherwise there's nothing. My life will just be a void. So not this week, but I'm going to take a week off soon and not do any of it. Just because yesterday I really enjoyed, there was just that lie-in. I just feel like I need an extended period. I need a holiday. I need an extended period like that where I'm not working. Yeah, don't miss any of it chatting. Sometimes I forget what these shows are about after it. I'm in it when I'm in it, and then later on in the day I'm like, what was that all about? Because I make so many videos right after this. What's this? Oh God, the Page of Cups and the Lovers. The fish in the basket. And the seagulls with the big eyes. Page of Cups. Yeah, I do. I need to have a break. I haven't felt that. It's a strange tiredness. It's not a bodily tiredness, but it kind of is too. I think I just need a week off. The Lover. Everyone's looking their way. Everyone's looking their way in this card. I was watching them. A few years, yeah. I was thinking that, Christine. The Page of Cups and the Lovers. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. I'm just getting this feeling that this is that bullshit that we're talking about. I'm wary not to translate it like that. You know, the carrot, the worm on the end of the hook kind of thing. I'm going to read it out of the Light Seers, just so that I don't read it like that. Page of Cups. Which is, you know, it can be. I love offer coming in. A dreamer, serendipity, creativity, new unexpected trajectories, magic and synchronicity, an open and joyful heart, sensitivity and naivety in romance, being motivated by innovative ideas, missing the signs, being overly sensitive, displaying childish emotions, blocked creativity. There is serendipity and magic here, like the first breath of love or very first kiss. That's what my dreams have been about. Anything is possible at this time. Be open to wildly wonderful miracles. This is the When Pigs Fly card, and holding it in your hands is a sign that unforeseen yet fortuitous events are coming your way. Bring childlike enthusiasm. I knew this was coming. Not this card, that what's happening to me at the moment. I knew it. I could feel it last week. I'm like, and then the universe is going to do this. I knew it because it makes sense to the progression of this. And so, what do I know now? I know what's going to happen next. I know what's going to happen next. I'm tuned into it. We're going to bump into each other this week at the supermarket because that's the only place we can go. You can escape. Bring childlike enthusiasm to the unknown. I was thinking last week when it seemed like the next logical step was to have a break from each other. I thought I was going to be the one to do that. It's like, well, as much as I want to train every day, I can't go there. Oh, look, there's chicken cat. Hey, hey. Ah, look what else we've got. We've got mosquitoes, but we've also got fruit. Oh, God, it makes my stomach hurt. I've still got some of the old one that he gave me. Fruit fairy's bean. Let's put this in the fridge. Oh, chicken. My awesome fridge. Okay. Bring childlike enthusiasm to the unknown and welcome any unexpected twists on your journey. Be open to inspiration from the strangest of places and pay attention to the intuitive musings that arrive. They will give your creativity wings. As you enjoy this time of strangely unique thinking, ensure that you're not being overly sensitive or blocking your own flow because you're trying to control the process. That's what I thought I was going to have to do. I thought I was going to have to remove myself, and I'm like, well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to engineer it. I knew that that's what needed to happen. I spend some time apart to get clarity. I don't want to be the manipulator of that, to remove myself, to force that. And it's happened for me. Talk about overthinking things. As you enjoy this time of strangely unique thinking, ensure that you're not being overly sensitive or blocking your own flow because you're trying to control the process. Allow your emotions to follow the breadcrumbs of joy. Play a little more. Do something silly. Stay curious about any feelings of wonder and awe and allow your sensitive dreamer to dream. Hey, Tawanda. It has been a minute. Oh, thanks, Tawanda. My dailies. This sucks, Christine. The world is my flourishing oyster, and I'm excited to see what happens next. Yes, it's not going to be past stuff. Forward, onward and upward. Page of Cups and then the Lovers. What number are you? 6. A choice, dualities, harmony, a lover or romantic relationship, friendship, unity, choosing to allow yourself to fall in love. Choosing to allow yourself to fall in love. Healthy boundaries, soulmates. A break in communication. Disharmony. The need to find self-love. Giving away power in relationship. The loss of self. Too many expectations of others. Manipulation. See, that's what I didn't want to do, manipulation. An imbalanced partnership, codependency. Magnetism, like magic, is coming into your life. You're sitting on the cusp of the type of profound connection that happens when two souls are entwined and their entanglement forever marks their individual paths. Often this card signifies that an important choice needs to be made. Will you embrace the spiraling energy that unwinds between two people who are beginning to connect and choose to shift into this relationship or not? Falling deeply into trust will be necessary in order to create a lasting bond. Falling deeply into trust. I love these books. She's so great, isn't she? Chris Ann. She's great. Falling deeply into trust will be necessary in order to create a lasting bond, and growth around vulnerability, honesty, desire, and intimacy is being called into the light to be healed. Yep. While partnerships are beautiful gifts on the path, you must also seek to give fully without weakening your resolve to remain whole. Oh, it's that adding the self-love into the mix. While partnerships are beautiful gifts on the path, you must also seek to give fully without weakening your resolve to remain whole, without giving up the self-love. It's integrating the two. Nice. I know that that's the next challenge for me. Remember that self-love is the key to balancing the duality of any relationship. Love it. I knew there would be something that I'm missing in the Lovers if I hadn't have read this out. My heart is open to deeply meaningful relationships and I expand into this union with loving trust. And a little bit of a battle inside and plenty of overthinking. Let's get one of these out just for the hell of it. Which one's it going to be? So when I use my new shampoo, Olaplex shampoo, then Olaplex number 3, whatever that is, bond thing, treatment, then shampoo again, and then the conditioner. When I put the detangler through my hair when the conditioner was on, I think only 2 hairs came out. That's significantly stronger. There's usually about 10, 15, even with the Kerastase stuff. Chicken, come here. She's like lying in front of the fridge on one elbow, looking at the fridge, praying to the fridge like she does every day. She thinks there's food in there for her. You're getting ready. You are ready. You're getting ready for a great relationship. The person that you can act in contact with is not the one. Yeah. It's not a match. I did 4 minutes plank Saturday. 6 of Swords and 7 of Swords. That's the longest I've ever done, 4 minutes on elbows, elbow plank. 6 of Swords says resolution and moving on. 7 of Swords says confusion, setbacks. Well, that's all we need. It's almost like getting ready to move on and then like, oh no. Universe helping us to move on, but confusion and setbacks. Oh, can't be bothered. A love card. Maria's ego wants a love card. One of these, you mean? I don't like these cards, hey. I use them. They don't work very well. They're okay sometimes. As long as I'm intuitively reading. I'm going to record the dailies for next week today. Free yourself. It's the card that came out in the energy update today. Free yourself. Time to take back control of your life. Free yourself. Oh, what else? Let's get one of these. Your worst deck. No, the crap, aren't they? I used to really like Doreen Virtue cards because they were the first cards that I used to use, and yeah, but was but we all use them, right? Yeah, it is the worst deck, but we use them, and I use them in each one because people want to see them. You can get good information from it sometimes. There really isn't an alternative, though. Someone needs to bring out a love deck that's good. Change. Don't scare yourself with the next 40 steps. All you need is that one next action. You can say to love, just show me the first step and change me into the one who can take it. Change. Yes. Change is thrust upon us so that we can. It's that whole tower. Circumstances change so that we can make changes to ourselves. I want a Wisdom of the Oracle card out. So far away. Thanks. Free yourself. Don't like this card at the moment. By the book, doing things by the book. I don't like the book right now. Light says is the best, isn't it? Yeah. Collarbone read stacks are great. I love her. She's great. She did something to her face though. The tribe in TikTok. TikTok the tribe. TikTok the tribe. Not TikTok. Orphan card is still on the bottom of the deck. It was when I first picked it up too. I think the Light Seers is the best tarot deck. I mean, I love the others, but it's just so excellent, that one, for some reason. Tribe and TikTok. What is this? It's just so complicated. It'll take time. Either finding your tribe or, as in my case, the tribe getting used to it. Being okay with the tribe. So many people involved. We're all one big family here. Such a weird thing. It's even more pronounced now, the times that we're in, with the community being pared down to the core members that are left on this island now. It's turning into a deserted island where all of that, everything intensifies when there's less people. And in a way it's nice, because like when I went to the supermarket on Saturday after training, I went to the supermarket to, I don't know, get what? Oh, I know. I went to get olive oil. My friend Matt was in there, because you know everyone that you bump into now. And we stood outside that supermarket for a long time chatting, you know, because there's no other way of being social than the supermarket now. Talked of all kinds of things. Bank accounts, transfer wise, cheapest way to transfer money between countries, apparently. Yeah, everything is intensified on this island now. That's what I'm getting personally from this anyway. But TikTok the tribe, some of you haven't found your tribe yet. And you know how I was talking about that yoga thing? How else can I describe that? The getting stuck in the pain of and not proceeding forward from it, not doing the healing work, staying in the shadow stuff, but sticking there instead of the letting it go. Some of you, that's why the tribe is not showing up, because you're in victimhood mode still. You don't want the victim tribe, you really don't. Chicken. Oi! Don't know why I need chicken's attention. So pay attention to that if that's your case, if you're longing for your tribe and they don't seem to be showing up. But for some people, it's about by the book, the tribe's book, traditions. It's about, you know, everyone's all got these different customs and traditions and what's right and what's wrong in the head and the tribe. Whether we like it or not, people's opinions do matter when we're in a tribe. It's going to take time. TikTok. It's going to take time. It's like patience. Be patient, be patient. And I'm going to get one of these out to top it off, and then I'm out of here. I'm going to do the dailies. beyond the ordinary. Whatever it is we're manifesting at the moment, it's beyond the ordinary, and it's going to take time, solid foundations. There's a lot to it. There's still some healing to do. There's some deeper shadow work to do. We've got like another layer of bullshit to get through within ourselves, is what this is saying here, especially around that victory thing. What is the victory? And watch out for wanting victory. But something really good is coming from it if we put that work in. If we put that work in. There we go. I hope that helped you all. What should I call that? Don't know. What should I call this show? I really don't know what to call it. It's hard picking names. What were these again? Intuition and gratitude. Willing entanglement and resurrection. Deeper shadow work. Always the work, right? Never ends. Never ends. Life would be boring if it did. There we go. Thanks everyone for coming along. Thank you for your donations, for your participation on my channel, your support of my channel. Very much appreciated. Have a good day or night, and let's do this all over again on Wednesday morning.